animal. Eat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dogs, I don't think they can handle it. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerging victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears is glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on, smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, oh, deal with the hands. Thought they could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on, smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash. They slept on the team that they owe me. I need a ring and a trophy. I say I'm the best cause I am. It's noted in keeping it low-key. I can carve up the D like a turkey or run straight through the D like a train. This year we ain't taking no losses. It's all about making the game. I hear a lot of trash talk. He call himself making a name. I put on the Jets. The coach will regret even letting them stay in the game. Team morale took a tumble. Next time be humble. I'm the lion in the jungle. You just try not to fumble. Rumble, young man, rumble. Never slip nor stumble. I take off, poof, magic. Now watch me juke through the traffic. Footwork fantastic. Dominating every facet. Treat the pocket like plastic. Here come the blitz, pass it. Got it on, smash. Put in the gas. I will not crash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard.
I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. We are just moments away from what should be an excellent matchup between the Los Angeles Chargers and the New York Jets. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half. But it's
the coach take the Lincoln Tunnel through Weehawken, through Secaucus, across the Hackensack River, and you'll arrive, as we have, at MetLife Stadium at East Rutherford, New Jersey. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between our visitors and the New York Jets. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
General West, 30 base.
Now a play fake. Brady. Rush coming, and he's taken down. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 8. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Check. Check hot route. Greystone travel.
Watch twist. Watch twist.
On the ball. Check, check. 5.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
There we go. Nice play, baby.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Here's a 2nd and 7. He finds his man Johnson. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage after it.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
And he is in. Touchdown, New York. A effort there with his 16th touchdown of the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. This is Jones. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down, keep the sticks moving.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. On the delay, Jones. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. From the gun, it's Brady. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. New York set to take the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum down.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a 1st down. With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game, but it's a significant achievement and a very, very solid career.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Ready? 18 Gator.
Let him know. Let him know.
Kill. He's coming. We got double up.
2nd and 11. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Hey! Leo! Now!
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 44-yard line. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. The former number 3 pick, Joey Bosa, bringing the lumber that time. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here as they've got it with a second down coming up. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here as they've got it with a second down coming up. It's a second down run with Sanders. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a third down and long.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Hey, 58's the mic. Go 58's the mic. Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the ball.
58's the mic. 58's the mic.
Hey, Sam off.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on fourth.
Well, that's just simply not right. To make that kind of a catch, that spectacular, and not get a first down out of it.
I guess he could put it on his personal highlight reel, however.
Yeah, he'll get the catch, he'll get the yardage, but he doesn't get what he really wants.
And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. On second down, it's Jones. Well, that gives him a little room, but not much. A gain of 2 to the 5.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Throwing is Brady on third down. And, oh, that is going to be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. So here are the Jets now to take over. Their win streak at 6 coming in and counting as they've got the lead right now, beginning this drive 1st and 10. Then he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
2nd and 1. He's going to air one out. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Now a handoff looking right. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that first down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll drop the throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. And this will do the job nicely as that'll be out of bounds just inside the 10-yard line. 1:54 left on the clock here in quarter number 2. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. Quentin Williams make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Here's Brady to throw. And can you believe it? It's a second safety in this ball game. And this defense continues to dominate. How about 2 safeties in one game here?
You don't even put that on your goal sheet. This is something that results when you're playing really well on defense and the offense has nowhere to go with the football. Dominating performance.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
And New York set to take the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now they'll run it on the toss. A gain there of 21 yards.
Here we go, here we go.
Nothing too fancy there. A simple toss left, but for whatever reason, the defense, they didn't seem ready for it.
Let me continue on with your thought right there because after the play was over, I kept my eyes on the defenders. Watch them get off the ground, going back to the huddle, shaking their heads and kind of pointing to each other like, what just happened there? I think you were onto something.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Rolling, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
58's the mark. 58. Yo, go, go. Pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet. Hey, Jet.
Now a handoff here to his running back. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down.
Let's bring it. Let's go, let's bring it. Hey, wahoo. 58 for Mike. Here we go. Let's go.
He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for New York. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And a good result there as that'll get out of bounds and pin them back at their 10-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies. and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football, they're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we have an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. And they give this time to the tailback. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
They'll set up a throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet first down.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Break. You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me. Switch it.
On 2nd down, it's Sanders. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice move.
A gain of 2.
97's the mic. 97's the mic. Here we go. 97.
Ready. They'll set up to throw. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 38-yard line. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Bravo.
He'll look to throw. He gets this one to Johnson. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Hey, box drop.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Adrian Colbert, he was right there in coverage. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Check 4. Hey, Alpha. 58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Oh, yeah.
They'll look to throw. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Snags it for the pick. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
They'll try the right side with Jones. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have to contend with a 3rd and 13. On 3rd and long, it's Brady. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. On is the Chargers punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. Back now here on EA Sports. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Brady going to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Jets will extend their lead. He's having a nice little game. Maybe already has an eye on that 3rd touchdown.
And how about what our producer, Christian McLeod, likes to say when they've scored touchdowns like this? He's put a tent up in Touchdown City.
Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get point.
Under pressure, and they got to him again.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
That's what I'm talking about. Sack.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
To throw, it's Brady. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line.
Oh, boy, he got a favorable spot there. The guys on the sidelines were raising their hands over their head and clasping their hands to signal safety. But the official marked it just outside the end zone at the 1-yard line.
The New York set to take the field. With this lead and the football, things obviously looking good, but maybe, you've taught me this before, maybe this is where the defense is hoping that the offense helps them preserve that shutout that they've got going.
And it has to be in the minds of the offense that they know how rare it is to get a shutout. So take care of them, protect them, take care of the ball, move it downfield, run the clock down. You don't want your defense to have to go on the field again the rest of the game. Reward them.
They'll look to throw now on first down. He's going to launch this, and this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. In for the score. And the Jets will extend their lead. No going for two. They'll kick the point after. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so. They need to help out their defense a little.
And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes.
Now that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Now left side on the swing pass. Jones breaking from the contact. And they finally take him down, but not before he reaches the 43. A big play there on the catch and run. 41 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Ready.
Shotgun now for Brady. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
On the ready.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the 4th quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says?
What?
Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance, where they took control of this game, how they've managed to keep control of this game, and then we go ahead and think about how we're going to leave here and get to the airport. In a lopsided blowout, the roads are usually open.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
22-jet bomber. 22-jet bomber.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He finds his man Johnson. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 45 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles. It certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
Hey, we got four. We got 4 down. 4 down. He's checking. He's gripping.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Yeah, score! Touchdown.
The touchdown all set up by the big play one snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play, got the momentum going, right? You create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy two-play drive that time. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. There he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. Interesting stat line right now. And technically, he's completed 4 passes, 2 to his team and then 2 to the wrong team. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Now Brady. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Jones. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important fourth down. On is the Chargers punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And no return on this one as that kicks out of bounds, so they'll start just outside of their own 30-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And barring mistakes, they should be able to kneel this one out and finish it off. And there's only one timeout remaining on the defensive side of the ball, so that doesn't really come into play either. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Hey, let's go.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's second and 15.
Go.
Me.
58.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. You don't want none of that. Give it. Pick up the ball.
Get it.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
Down. 60 outlaw. We own them. Shoot.
So after the INT, it's Brady. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give him credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. And we can break that scoring drive down pretty easily. 1 play, long touchdown pass into the end zone. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's 1 timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. Second and 10.
Watch out.
Now he'll look to throw here on second and 10. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 25. Johnson, the intended target. The Charger drive about to get going. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?"
And now nothing but green ahead of him. And a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win him the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play. But still, all for naught, really.
Yeah, I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. But I often wonder, when the game is settled and the clock is run out, do we really